everybody, Lawman Mike with www.lawmanguitars.com. I've got a absolutely beautiful 1968 D20 Martin 12-string. Now, this guitar is just spectacular. It's been played, as you can see. It's got some wear mark around the pick guard. But I'll tell you what, when I grabbed it, I'm not used to Martin 12 strings playing like this. It's an absolute pleasure to play, so I had to check it out. I was told that it had been, the neck had been reset by the factory. So I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to just check with the factory and see what's going on, because not only did the neck throw me, but this headstock threw me. I mean, look at this. I've never seen a D20 with a D45 headstock logo. I mean, it's like, what's going on with that? So I called Martin, and they were really, really nice to talk to me. And they said, yes, we show the guitar came in, we show the neck reset, we show some other work. So they weren't sure what that was, but I sent them pictures of the D45 headstock logo, and they said, that's our work. I mean, it doesn't show it at the factory, but that's our work. So the guy said, for sure, that's our work. So obviously what the guy did, and I think he also had the pick guard re-glued, those tend to curl over time, especially from 1968. It looks like the bridge has been also re-glued. So he had everything done at the factory. He also had them stick a D45 headstock logo on there, which was just incredible. And then the other thing he did was he didn't like the old tuners. I think they probably started getting a little funky on him, so he had them put new tuners on. This back in '94, I think, is when this was done. So he had new Martin tuners put on it also. So, I mean, it just, everything that had been done to this guitar was done by the factory, and they just did a marvelous job, and it plays so good. You know the other thing I just noticed on this guitar? There's still room. I mean, there's still room in the nut and also in this bridge saddle to give it some more. So, I mean, if it's still a little stiff for you, and I'll tell you what, I've got the babiest fingers for a guitar player you've ever seen. I mean, they've got to be low for me to enjoy playing a guitar, and I love playing this guitar. It's just absolutely great. So yeah, you've got some more room if it ever needs to come a little bit lower, or if it moves a little bit, which since the 90s, this hasn't moved a bit, so I doubt that it's going to unless you don't take care of it. And he took very, very good care of it. He had a humidifier in the case, which I took very, very, very good care of my guitars. So it was a one-owner guitar. You'll be the second owner. I don't count myself as an owner. I'm just kind of a middleman. So it's a one-owner guitar. Now, what he did also, he did install a strap button right here on the neck heel. And there had been one here in the very back of the neck heel. I did not fill that. Sometimes I will fill those. I left it alone because you may want to put a strap button in there. So I just left that alone. But the other thing he did is he also put a passive pickup in here, and I plugged it in. No batteries are required. You just plug it in and play, and it sounds really, really good. So you've heard how it sounds acoustically. How about we check out how it sounds plugged in? So here's how it sounds all plugged in. do that all day long. That is really fun. What a nice sound out of this guitar. Plugged in. Woo! Boy, that is fun. Well, anyway, it's great acoustic. It's great plugged in. It's great because we have the original case. Let's look at this. The big old heavy-duty Martin guitar case. Woo! And this is the color you want to see. When I open it up, it's like green. And the guy says, oh yeah, you want to see the green one. The 60s, you had the green Martin case. If it was another color, it's not the right one. You want to see the green interior, and this one has the bright Kelly green interior. The back restraint strap is still on it. Look at this, he's got this really cool leather thing on the accessory box because the ribbon pulled off. That's a great idea. I might use that on some of my other guitars. But it's a great case. I mean, it's just, you can tell he took such good care of his stuff. There's no extra wear in the tail end, like we're jamming the guitar in the end. He hasn't been doing that. So the interior is beautiful. The exterior is beautiful. There's a few dings from throwing it in the car, but the hinges are on here. The latches are on here. Everything works. It's got the original handle, which is still on it. And it's just a beautiful case. So check it out. You're a 1968 D20 12 string with a D45 headstock logo, already been neck reset by the factory, already had the bridge reset by the factory, already had the pick guard reset by the factory, had the headstock logo done by the factory. I mean, and it's got a passive pickup in it. What else could you possibly want in a 1960s 12 string that plays like that? It's incredible. So check it out. I've got nothing but cool guitars at www.lawmanguitars.com. I really appreciate you watching all my demos. I keep hearing from people saying, hey, are you the guy that's on the demos? You know, yeah, that's me. I'm the only one here. So I really appreciate people calling saying they enjoy watching the demos, and we've been selling tons of guitars. We've been buying a lot of guitars. I'll tell you what, this summer I am absolutely loaded to the gills with guitars. I am ready to sell guitars this fall. So check them all out. We've got about 200 of them right now in our inventory. All of them cool, and check them out at www.lawmanguitars.com. Thanks a lot for watching today.